back. So today I was thinking about the whole idea of repetition. Just was listening to a podcast about people who did daily vlogging for some time, and that was initially also the idea with this vlog. Even though I think a lot of people who did it, they at least had some idea about how to cut video and had more of a deeper understanding of video. I come from the photography side, so for me it just takes much longer, I guess, than most of these people to do the cut of the video every day. So maybe I should have considered that to really get good at Final Cut before I get into the daily vlogging. But the whole idea about doing something on a daily basis is a really interesting one, because I had a couple of things that I would daily in my life in the past. I think 15 years or so I wrote morning pages. There was this book, I forgot who wrote it, but it was to enable artists to express themselves more. And when I was doing photography, I read that book, and it kind of said it would be a good idea to every day just let your thoughts come out and just express yourself. So I started writing morning pages. I don't know exactly when, in the late 90s, I think. And for years I did it every day. I mean, many years. I mean, not for 15 years in a consecutive way, but really most of the time. And I think for the first few years, every day. And I had a similar experience with Ashtanga yoga. So Ashtanga, compared to daily vlogging, is not as tough because you get Saturdays off and you get every full or new moon day off. So you should have about 4-6 days a month off if you're lucky. The sad days are always when the moon day and the Saturday are at the same day. I mean, my dad, I remember that he used to do, like, every morning at 5 o'clock he would do his muesli, and that's 7 days a week. And repeating things very often give us, it's just a sense of security, because we don't have to worry about anything new. At the same time, you kind of get used to it, so it's much easier. So one reason why in Ashtanga yoga they practice so much, because the practice is very intense. If you do it every day, they call it like you keep the fire burning. I think that's equally true for this vlog, because if you do something daily, it's much easier for you, because it's not so hard to get started again. Because anything that you start doing, it takes you much more energy than, when it's already, like, if the car is already rolling, then it's much easier. That's why the expression keep the fire burning is so good, because it's tough to start a new fire, but it's easy to keep a fire burning. So I feel the same thing about this vlog. When I stop, it's much harder to get started again. In a way, now I know, okay, I do the vlog every day, and that's that. I don't even have to think about it. There's no question, do I have to do it or don't I have to do it? Do I want to do it? I just do it. Same is true for yoga practice. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Do I have to think about doing yoga or not doing yoga? The only thing I have to think about is tomorrow full moon or a new moon, and I know it isn't, so anyway, I'll practice yoga tomorrow. So I was always torn between these two sides. On one hand, you have some sort of security. On the other hand, you get also stuff done. And as my grandmother said, and she was always right, the middle way obviously is the best way. But that's tough too sometimes. Because, maybe the more you do it, the more you are invested in it, and the harder it is to let it go. Like in my 20s, I decided not to drink any alcohol anymore, and I think I didn't drink for 5 years. And it was so tough to let that go, because you feel like, ooh, I earned this. I can say, hey, I don't drink. And then you think, man, I could have had so much fun having a beer once in a while in these 5 years. So I'm always torn between these sides. I tend to be on the extreme side because I always liked extremes. But I think it's good to have in the back of your mind, okay, if you miss a day, life continues. Because it almost feels like life doesn't continue if you don't do it. At the same time, doing something on a daily basis, you get really good at that. It gets much easier, and you get stuff out of it that you wouldn't have been able to accomplish if you wouldn't have done it on a daily basis. I can definitely say this for yoga because I used to be very, very, very stiff, and the daily practice really helped me to open up my body. So what do I want to say? I don't really have an answer. That's what I want to say. It is good to do it on a daily basis, but I think the important thing is not to take it too serious. So if you can't do it for a day, oh well, the sun will rise tomorrow and things will be okay. Practicing something daily also helps you to get yourself out of the way, because especially with this vlog, I tend to be a perfectionist, and you have to let that go because you just don't have the time. You have to shoot, you have to edit, you have to get it out. So that also opens you up to be more open to whatever comes and let it just flow. And to me, that was always the goal of any creative expression. And I always had a hard time with it because there was the other side that always wanted it to be perfect. But perfection, in my experience, never made anything particularly good. It just held me back. So those are my thoughts on repetition, daily practice. On one hand, it is a way to escape, to be safe, to maybe not have to get really involved in life as much. On the other hand, it can be a great way to get really good at something, and also really to get into life, because you just have to do it. You have to get something going to be able to do it. So as everything, it has its positives and definitely also has its negatives. So thank you so much for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this vlog. Thank you.